Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
But he's a bitch ass nigga, and he don't got no fucking ring, so ain't nobody trying to hear from his ass any fucking way. You feel me? Because remember, it's all about the motherfucking heat, and he didn't fuck with Wade no more. So we don't fuck with his bitch ass no more. Now,
the other NBA topic I wanted to touch on, just because Steph Curry has been going off these past couple of weeks, dropping 60, here and there.
Yeah,
and there was a discussion, which I don't think is even a discussion at all, is who the best shooter of all time is. And to me, hands down, it's fucking Chef Curry with the pop, boy. Come on, man. Like, Steph Curry, can hit it from anywhere, anywhere, on any stage, he's
on any stage. When his ass is in the fucking playoffs, he fucking disappear. Clay be fucking holding his bitch ass down.
Oh,
and
that one
game
Durant per week. I mean, the one game per finals.
We're not talking about the first round.
Game 6, Game 6 Clay. That's what they call him.
Second round, third round, championship. Motherfucking, I know he's a fucking shooter. He could shoot,
and the best shooter of all time. You can't argue that shit at all.
But what are we talking about? Best shooter when motherfucking there's nobody in your face? When there's fucking pressure? He's not that person. Me, it would be fucking Reggie Miller. Pressure.
He's
when
getting
there's pressure,
doubled all the time
Reggie
right now.
Fucking Miller.
How you think he got 60 points? You think he got that being guarded one-on-one?
He got motherfucking 60 points. He got 60 points
and
because we know
on that team now.
There's no pressure on him. Everybody know that Klay Thompson just tore his motherfucking Achilles or his ACL, whatever injury he had. They're like, all right, fuck, they're not making the fucking playoffs. So he can fucking do whatever he fucking want.
And score a lot, right? Like,
against trash. When you're playing against...
So you telling me 81 points is just 81 points because they were just on the trash Toronto Raptors team?
Yeah, when your ass can motherfucking throw it up, you got to motherfucking throw it up and be motherfucking... You can't just fucking throw it up 100 times and get that point. It's just like when
come on,
no,
man.
when LeBron James was on the
Steph
Heat.
Curry his props. I know you don't like him.
I'm just going to speak on somebody that was actually consistent. And now I hate this motherfucker. Well, not hate as a person, but I hate as... what he did to the Miami Heat, because hate is a strong word. Now, when it comes to LeBron James, when he had his big three, he shot the ball like 15 times. He made it 13 times and got his score. So you're saying Reggie Miller? I'm saying Reggie Miller because it comes to pressure.
Why?
When it comes to pressure,
he missed shots consistently. I
remember it was like 4 seconds left on the clock. 4 seconds left. They was down by like motherfucking 7 or 8 points. 6 seconds left on the clock. Like, he found a way to fucking win the fucking game. Whereas Steph Curry in that time, only way he's gonna make it if nobody's in front of him. Reggie Miller's doing it when the guy.
That is bullshit. That's bullshit.
All right.
Steph Curry makes shots with players in his face all the time. He's one of the best shooters of all time. So you think nobody knows that shit?
So what be happening to his ass in the playoffs?
It's Steph Curry.
So what be happening to his ass in the playoffs?
There's been plenty of times it was the most productive player in the finals.
All right, so this is what we're going to go ahead and do. Our loyal producer, Chris, he is going to go ahead on his computer, and he's going to go ahead and check Steph Curry's his shooting percentage or his points.
In the
playoffs.
When you go stats,
in the playoffs.
There's no comparison.
It don't even matter when it comes to stats because like he been scoring like fucking 10 points, 15 points. This guy is a 30-point, 40-point guy if he really wanted to. We're talking about playoffs. He disappears in the playoffs. The best person on that fucking team was fucking Klay Thompson. He could fucking back you up. He could shoot the three. He could shoot the free throw. Of course, we know
Thompson was also inconsistent as well and did not make big shots in big time.
He's better than fucking Steph.
What? You crazy as fuck, man. I don't know what you drinking on, but I ain't trying to drink that shit.
On a little bit of motherfucking gin. You feel me?
Come on.
Field goal percentage overall. Almost half. His field goal percentage is almost half in the playoffs. We need. This is overall. Overall is .476. His shooting percentage.
Okay.
So 48% is, in the playoffs.
Okay, so it only dropped like 0.2 or
I need to be the one
percentage.
motherfucking doing the
Come
research.
on, man.
Because
he's not LeBron.
I know what I
he's
seen.
not LeBron against like Dallas where he just shrunk in the big moments.
Yes, he did. LeBron almost beat his ass with motherfucking on Klay Thompson and Draymond Green by himself because fucking Kevin Love shoulder injury and Kyrie was injured also a little bit. So again, he almost beat them that year. By himself. The
most consistent shooter of all time is Steph Curry. And there ain't nothing you can say to convince
if he's
me
that
not.
Fucking great,
because he's
how
the
LeBron
best shooter of all
beat
time.
His ass? How LeBron almost beat him?
Almost, right? Almost.
Matter of fact. Oh no,
almost,
no,
right?
My bad. Let me take that back. It was not almost. He did beat him. Because LeBron,
and then,
I know he did
Steph
some green.
Beat him too.
Nah, LeBron did some. LeBron. We're not talking about with Kevin Durant. We're talking about just the big three. Draymond, Klay, and Steph.
Okay.
Boom. Now
Steph won those finals.
LeBron won.
And Steph won as well.
No, LeBron had beat him
one time.
Yeah, one time. LeBron by himself when everyone else was
LeBron
injured.
is one of the greatest players of all time, bro. I don't know if you know that, but he's one of the greatest players to ever play this game.
What do you call Steph? The greatest shooter
best
of all
shooter
time.
of all time.
Then you got Klay Thompson. One of they call him the Splash Brothers.
That's what I'm saying. Klay Thompson is not as good.
LeBron did it
look up
by himself. And
since you on Klay Thompson so much, why aren't we looking up Klay Thompson stats?
And know that I do not like LeBron
John
James. I do not like
LeBron
LeBron James. but at the end of the day, like LeBron James, you had Kevin Love that was injured. He had a shoulder injury and fucking Kyrie was injured. LeBron did it by himself. He had the best shooter of all time in Steph Curry.
Okay.
One of the best in Klay Thompson.
45. Klay Thompson has less than Steph Curry in field goal percentage. It's only by 1%, but Steph Curry
and LeBron almost whooped their ass. So what is that telling you?
But
You're
I'm
not that great.
I'm talking about shooter.
And
LeBron
I'm talking
is not
one of the greatest shooters in the NBA.
Who's talking? That's why he's not a part of this topic. It's about Steph Curry, who is
Steph Curry.
the best shooter. Yeah, you just hate him because he's light skinned, bro. You don't like the light skinned brothers. You hating on niggas like us. Hating on niggas like me and Chris.
I don't look like a damn child. You feel me? Come on, man.
Give him his props.
My wife is lighter than me. How can I?
He's a 3-time champion, 2-time most valuable player in the league. He's a scoring champion. He's a member of the 50-40-90 club.
See, but Klay Thompson.
There you go.
Exactly, Klay Thompson is right below him. So
right
you have
below
both
him.
These people,
he's below.
And LeBron still destroyed you guys and won the championship.
So LeBron does more.
Fuck?
Like you don't realize LeBron does more than Steph Curry?
Let's go ahead and look at Reggie Miller's shooting percentage when it comes to that.
Let's see that shit.
Because he's a fucking beast. You feel me?
But he's not Steph Curry.
But you looking at the percentage, or you looking in playoffs?
Both. He's doing both.
All right. Overall, Reggie Miller is
Steph
what?
Curry.
0.05
below, but he's below.
Nobody cares.
Below.
Man. Nobody cares.
What do you know? Nobody cares? Because you're wrong, nigga.
What about the playoffs? Shooting percentage during the playoffs. It's like come on.
And Steph Curry does more than Reggie Miller.
What?
Way more. Assists, bro. You want to look up assists too?
Point guard.
Below.
Chris.
Below, and Steph Curry does more. He does more with the basketball. He has more assists. I guarantee you has more assists. So he's one of the best shooters of all time, and he does more for his team with assists.
I don't care.
So come on, man. And LeBron, let's give LeBron his props. I mean, it's like you want me to give LeBron his props. I'm trying to stay away from this shit. But he does more on a basketball court than Steph Curry. That's obvious.
It's all good.
You know, so that's why he's going to win over Steph Curry.
I got Reggie Miller.
Come on, man. Steph Curry is the best all time.
That's what we do at the
Is Reggie Miller part of the 50
podcast? We go ahead and agree to disagree.
50-40-90 club, and he led the league in steals one year. Come on, give Steph Curry his props.
Fuck Steph Curry. Now,
I want to know what you got against light-skinned people, though.
I don't. Come on, man. Look at my mom. Like, shit. Come on, man. Like, my mom, everybody in my family is light as fuck. You know what I mean? But
one more stat about Steph Curry. He's one of like only 6 members that have this stat, which is 50% from the field, 40% from 3-point, and 90% from the free throw line.
Ain't nobody saying that he's a beast. It's just saying when it comes to clutch
other
time.
players to do that: Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, Reggie Miller. He's on that.
I don't already know. I didn't even watch it.
Steve Nash. Dirk Nowitzki.
Jesus Shuttlesworth is not on that motherfucker.
Jesus Shuttlesworth is not on this list. Mark Price. I don't know if you remember Mark Price, but he was dope for the Cavs back in the day. Little white dude, little white point guard. He was dope. I love Mark Price.
Let me ask you a question
real quick. And then this is the weirdest one on this list, though. Malcolm Brogdon.
Fuck that motherfucker, because I don't know.
You know? If you're not on that list, then you can't even consider yourself one of the best shooters of all time.
Reggie Miller's up there, so
but how many MVPs he got? Huh? How many MVPs he got?
You don't need to have MVP.
0.
He had fucking Jordan in the fucking league. Like, who's gonna get an MVP with Jordan in the league? Come on, man.
That's true. You know what
I mean? You see what happened to the Rockets? Olajuwon finally won when he retired. Like, come on, man.
But yeah, I would say even Kevin Durant over Reggie Miller. And then Larry Bird. Shooting. Yeah. Come on, Kevin Durant. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I would say Kevin Durant number 2 for me. Then Larry Bird.
I have Kevin Durant.
And then you'll add yourself your Reggie Miller.
Nah.
You know?
Kevin Durant is the truth. Man, matter of fact, let me ask you one serious question. You feel me? When it comes to the Miami Heat, because, you know, we're both Florida fans. You see, you got the Heat hat on, you know. Unfortunately, he didn't let me know that he was going to do that, so I'm over here looking sick by myself without no Heat apparel on. but I'm going to ask you
this week, nothing more realer happened with Hank Aaron. Rest in peace to Hank Aaron out there, one of the best baseball players to ever play this game. You know, had the record for home runs. He was really a person who stood up for black people.
Yeah, of course.
Trying to fight the good fight.
And he fought it when the fight was really inflamed.
And he was, you know, trying to continue to do that with taking the vaccine. You know, and mysteriously days later, he passes away. So now the question is, do you take the vaccine to risk like possibly dying, or was it because, you know, he was just already old? Who knows? I mean, I don't think a full, you know, description is out as to how he died. I heard that he died in his sleep peacefully.
Best way to go.
You know, but it scares me straight up.
Man, look, man.
You know, it scares me. Like, you know, it scares me for people that I know that might be taking the vaccine.
My mom,
what
dad.
might happen to them.
Definitely.
I know I'm going to try to, you know, wait as long as possible to see what happens. And this isn't the first time I've heard of somebody dying after taking the vaccine. Could be coincidence or not, but What do you think, Wes, on that?
I don't think it's a coincidence. I mean, like we stated before in our previous podcast, I'm like, look, question was, are we gonna go ahead and take the vaccine? We both was like, hell nah. And the reason why we said hell nah, because we both had our discrepancies in what they saying in the news, this, that, and the other. Like me, I could care less what somebody else is actually saying. It's what my third eye is telling me, what my sixth sense is telling me. My sixth sense is telling me not to go ahead and take this vaccine. You know, it may be good, you know, but right now, since it's so early in that process, I'm going to go ahead and fall back. Anybody else want to go ahead and take that vaccine? Cool, it's all good. But if it's my family, if it's a loved one that I know, that I'm not trying to even go through that other round like Hank Aaron, I'm gonna tell them not to go ahead and take it. And again, we don't know if it's good, if it's bad. Of course, they're going ahead and saying that it's all good, but again, I'm just going on my personal feeling, and I'm good. You know, maybe one day I'll be able to take it, but right now, you know, since it's so early in the process, I'm straight. My family is straight. My mom and my dad, who is older, are straight, and we're not taking that vaccine. So at the end of the day, you know, those people that actually take the vaccine, you could go ahead and take it. You know, it's 50-50, probably 90-10. You know, I'm not trying to have 1% chance of me not surviving that. So me, I'm good. You know, by the time, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now, if I feel like, you know, there's more studies and research behind what they, you know, giving us, then cool. But as far as what Hank Aaron, I'm not sure if he died because of that. But I mean, it's crazy how, you know, once he took that vaccine early in January, you know, unfortunately he passed early this morning, or was it yesterday? You know, regardless of the fact, you know,
I think it was yesterday.
He wound up passing, and
we'll see what the autopsy says. You know, we'll see what it says.
No.
But then
I already know what you know.
Of conspiracy theories going out,
Don't
like, oh, they're trying to cover it up.
Yeah,
you know,
there's billions and trillions and, you know, dollars that's at stake in regards to this vaccine. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's kind of funny that, you know, this doctor took the vaccine in Florida recently, and what happened? He died 2 weeks or later. Same thing when it came to Hank Aaron and other individuals that wind up having negative effects. Now, again, I don't know if it's just those individuals and it's a rare anomaly where certain people that have whatever illness or health problems before they took the vaccine wind up suffering from something. But again, I don't know, and that's the reason why I'm straight, because it's so early in the process. Now, again, I'm not saying not to take the vaccine, but me personally, Marcus personally, as far as our loved ones, we're not taking it now. We're not condemning the vaccine.
Not right now.
You know, because of course I know
Still
that
trying
they're trying
to see what's up.
You know, they got the whole vaccine trying to have shit change. You know, as far as in regards to people staying home and worried about I'm dying and this, that, and the other. Cool, I understand that. You feel me? But I also know when you you know, create something so fast, there's gonna be trial and error. I'm not trying to go through the trial and error. You know? I'm trying to make sure that everything's good, and then you could go ahead and give me that. But yeah, it's crazy that we wind up losing one of our greats behind something that's controversial. We don't know if it's the vaccine. We don't know if it's a regular health problem. But still, regardless of the fact, it's just like so unfortunate that he just took this vaccine, and then now we have a question over our head. Was it this, that, and the other? So God bless Hank Aaron. You know, one of the great leaders in black people history, in sports, in regular life, in the civil rights movement, and yeah, you know, it's just unfortunate. So, you know, God bless him and his family.
All right, so I just want shilling thing. Before that, let's talk about this executive order that Joe Biden signed. That I guess it's allowing transgender athletes to compete in any gender sport that they choose. So I'm just wondering if this is good or this is bad for sports.
I think it's bad for sports. I mean,
you're listening to the MarcWes Sports Podcast, and yeah, I believe it's bad for sports.
Like, come on, why would it be good for sports? Like, so now, hey, if that's how they want to go ahead and go that route, go ahead and do that. But I could just imagine somebody, a female in hockey, you were playing with guys, or in football playing with guys. Don't crab when I'm hitting you just like the other guy. Now, you know, if you want to go ahead and do that and put your franchise on the line, then it's cool. But trust me, you know, it's going to be
this is a fine line, though, because it's like transgender, right? Like, first of all, sports are usually divided into either men or women.
Exactly.
Men play with men and women play with women. For the most part, I can't.
For that same reason I explained.
Exactly. So, but what are you gonna say? They can't play sports? That's the other thing. Like, they can't play sports at all. You're just gonna tell somebody just because of the way that they were born that they can't play sports? But like that's the other thing for me.
You should play sports.
I think you can play, but I know this sounds far-fetched, but you might need your own league.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to be my argument.
Because if you're not going to choose a side, then that's a different side than what we're playing on. We're playing on girls play on one side and men play on the other. Now, there are some sports that I wouldn't mind being transgender.
Exactly.
Like tennis, I can see that being transgender.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't mind that because, or track.
Yeah.
Track and field type of stuff, doesn't matter.
Swimming.
There's no real physical contact.
Exactly.
It's all about measurables and,
it's really the physical contact that's the problem. Because like I said, imagine she's a female wide receiver, and then you got a male safety just come and just wham her.
Yeah.
Like,
and then she's out.
And she's out. I don't want somebody complaining and saying, "Oh, why did you hit her?" So that is going to be kind of like I seen something in Pop Warner. I guess a kid that hit other kid too hard, and they gave him a penalty. That's the bullshit, that Miami be facing. But again, that would be one of the penalties that they're going to try to implement, that you hit that person too hard. No, that's not part of sports, and I can't do it. I don't see it. You can sign whatever you want to sign, but I think franchises are worried about their overall picture, and that's money. And if me putting you in the game gonna cost me, I don't know if I'm going to do that. It is what it is. You're gonna have some people that wind up going ahead and wanting to do that. Like we said before, we had the kicker. She wound up being a first kicker in football, playing in was it high school or college? What it was?
College. It was,
So we already kind of seen
D1
that.
Player.
You feel me? We kind of seen it heading in that direction, but that's just a kicker. Now I'm like, he signed this, and that's everything.
Yeah, kickers generally don't get hit at all.
See, but my whole thing is
very rare.
She wound up doing that before. It didn't take somebody to sign a piece of paper for them to do that for her. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I just don't understand. Like, if the leagues thought that it was in their best interest to have, like, a female playing in their sport with the males, they would have done it a long time ago. Because, again, financially, that's what their bigger picture is. That's at least what I be thinking these organizations are. They looking at the money.
But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like I said, with just certain sports, it's okay, but other sports, it's not okay. Just like football, UFC, boxing, that type of stuff. It just
can you imagine that?
You just can't. It's just impossible.
Imagine a female and a guy in boxing or in UFC?
That's just ridiculous. It's just scary to even fathom at this point. Just those type of sports, even basketball,
forget
soccer,
boxing, UFC.
The other thing, what's an interesting one for me though, and which kind of transitions to our next topic is baseball.
What about it?
Would you have transgender in baseball? Because there really is no real physical contact with each other.
You probably,
except for when you at the plate when you're trying to.
But they banned that. I think they banned that.
They did?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
That. You can't. Yeah, for concussions or something. So
that is messed up, man. Come on, man.
Hey, it is what it is.
Come on, baseball.
You're already boring. That'd be a highlight of the game.
Exactly. I still remember the Marlins when they won the game to play to advance in the playoffs on that play where he tagged him right before he came to the plate. That was one of the best plays in baseball. South Florida history, You know, you gonna take that away? That's crazy. But anyways, baseball was in the news this week with Hall of Famer. We got Tom Shady against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. You know, Patrick Mahomes is going for back-to-back Super Bowl championships, and of course, Tom Brady is going for number 7. You know, he's going for number 7. He can have one up on Jordan if he wins this one, which is a scary thought because everyone who says that Brady is the greatest of all time is going to have another ring. They're going to have, like, you know, Thanos, like, times 2. Like, this is like Thanos Prime is going to happen right now with Tom Shady. And then they're going to turn the city into Tampa Bay. Nah, man. Hopefully, Patrick Mahomes can be my homeboy and come through in this game. I'm tempted to put some bread on it, but like I'm thinking I'm just gonna, you know, probably do a prop bet or something, and we'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
You know, but with this game, it's really all about the 2 quarterbacks to me. You know, the 2 quarterbacks of Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, who is really gonna have the better game. And, you know, I mean, that's really my key to winning this game. And to me, Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback than Tom Brady. For the past couple of years, yeah, he's Tom Brady. He's the name. And you're like, Tom Brady, he's going to do it again. There was a couple of times where he should have lost in Super Bowls. There's a few times, I mean, more than a couple, that he should have lost in Super Bowls. A lot of the times he's got bailed out by field goal kickers or, you know, a defensive back came up big, Malcolm Brown, to win him that one Super Bowl against the Seattle Seahawks. So I think people get enamored with the name Tom Brady, but it's really about the name Patrick Mahomes. And his mom said, you better call him Patrick, by the way. People call him Pat Mahomes. I think it's really about him and the weapons that they have over there at Kansas City. To me, they're the team that has the better offense. Usually you would say the better defense. It's all about the defense, right? It's all about, like, who has the better defense. But it's really, to me, about how can you handle the pressure. What are you going to do in situations when you audible, you know?
Okay.
And I think Patrick Mahomes is on another level to me. He's like the next, to me, Brady. That's not named Tom Shady.
So yeah. See, so you kind of normally we would agree because, you know, I despise Tom Shady. You know, especially since he's been the AFC East destroying my loyal Miami Dolphins for the longest.
Miami has Dolphins, the greatest football team. You take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen.
Nah. Going back to what we were saying before we got sidetracked by the anthem. I personally feel like Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback right now, but if we're talking about experience, you know, quarterback with experience, I gotta go with Tom Shady. You know, and it kind of, you know, I'm kind of like looking at myself like crazy right now, you know, and I know when I actually listen to this podcast again, I'm gonna look at my ass crazy again. But I think Tom Shady knowledge, you know, is gonna get him out of this bout between Patrick Mahomes on top. He's gonna get first downs. You know, of course, there's gonna be some times where he's gonna get razzled. You know, frazzled. He's gonna go ahead and not look like himself. But again, that's what I normally see with Tom Brady. He's not one of these quarterbacks gonna give you all this hoopla. He's just gonna win the game. You know, he's gonna find a way to get to Gronk and convert the first down. You know, no. So me, I think that Patrick Mahomes will be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Is probably gonna be the next Tom Shady without the shady.
Without the shady,
you know, because he does have a.
Because I like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he is black. He's a quarterback. I mean, he's already won the MVP in the Super Bowl. So gotta give him props.
I like the coach. You got Andy Reid that's been needed a Super Bowl for the longest. Finally got one last year. His mind just, you know, like.
And you got Eric Bieniemy too. Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator, who still doesn't have a job yet.
It is what it is. We don't even need to jump into that because you know it's the privilege that we've been talking about for the longest. You know, he's not a coach. They wanted him to be a head coach where? In college in Colorado. No, so that's not happening. But if you're talking about the minds and the quarterback, I think Patrick Mahomes will eventually be the next Tom Brady, but I don't think he's gonna have the same rings. I think when you talk about this Super Bowl right now, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes may have more yards in this than the other, but it's gonna be field goals. That's what I technically feel. He's gonna drive them all the way, and then when you get to the goal line or whatever, that's where it's gonna be something crazy, and the defense is gonna step up. Remember on how the Buccaneers defense looked not last week but the week prior. They was like looking like, yo, like damn, like this is what it is. We got Ndamukong Suh over here wrecking shop. You feel me? He always got to get double teamed. He's bringing that on to the actual team. You got Jason Pierre-Paul that people ride off because he got his fingers blown off 4th of July. You know, and people think that he was not going to be the same player, and he's still doing the same thing, you know. Like, that defense, you know, on top of the quarterback, you know, with the knowledge, oh, my God. And before we even jump to that topic right there, you got to think about how the head coach for the Tampa Bay Bucks just laid back and let Tom Brady do his thing. You feel me? He made Tom Brady be Tom Brady, and Tom Brady, Tom Shady, he been doing his thing, and I can't believe I'm saying that. So quarterback wise, I think game, you know, it's gonna be Tom Brady.
I mean, yeah, we talking about the quarterbacks, but like, it to me, it does come down to the defense for me.
Wasn't able to get second chance points, so if we did shoot the ball and didn't make it, you know, like we made the team go through, have a run, you know. And score a quick fast break. So the New York Knicks was able to score easy baskets from fast breaks, and we weren't. We had to really fight and scratch for everything that we got, which show you the grit that the Miami Heat actually have. You know, they fight until the end.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing, you know, subpar right now. I tell you one thing though, and I want to get your opinion on this. I hate these new uniforms, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, yo, those fuchsia, like, highlight looking uniforms. It's like, I like the ones from last year, the white ones and the black ones. I like both of them. I actually have the white one, you know. But this color scheme where you got pink on one side and blue on the other side, they need to kill that, man. Stop doing that. Like, just stop that altogether. Or if you want to do like the different color stuff, like, you do one solid black and do the letters. You could do the letters different color, like blue and pink or something like that. But
they're doing it.
I can't watch. Like, sometimes it just hurts my eyes just to watch it. And they do the court the same way too. Like, it's much.
Like, for me, it's like just too feminine for me. So I'm just being real. Like, it's too feminine.
It's like you going to a basketball baby shower every time you watch it. Like, you know, because it's like blue on one side and pink. It's like a gender reveal party or something like that. Like, Like, what's going on? Yeah, they
Exactly.
need to kill that.
You feel me? Like, and yeah, man, it just kind of make us look soft. Like I said, it make us look, not masculine, and this has nothing to do with females or men, but we're talking about men playing a man's sport at that particular time. So like it's just like kind of what they do in jail, like when they kind of want to soften up the males, they have them wear pink jumpsuits and pink everything. Yeah, they had a study behind that, and that's what like a certain gel actually does. It kind of like softens up the men, as far as aggressive wise, and if there's and that's a real study. So if that's true, why would the Miami Heat go ahead and do that? Like it just makes no sense. Go back to the old school black and red, or the red and white, or even the new one that you have. Like I said, the black one, like you said, the black one actually do look hard though. The black with with the little hit of sky blue and a little hit of pink, it's more black, but it does look hard. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I
but this one,
agree.
like you said, does look like a gender reveal party.
yeah, and I think that's probably the reason why they losing, man. Why they losing games, because based on what you said, they probably, maybe they not going as hard, because I know, just like Deion Sanders say, man, when you look good, you play good. So,
you feel me?
So right now they not looking good, appearance wise, and then on the court, this is not the same team that I've seen in the playoffs. But they'll get it back together.
Yeah, because they've been winning. They're on a 3-game winning streak right now. We're 10 and 14.
Because of your boy Jimmy, bro. Like Jimmy carries his team.
See, but again, like you said, like what would the Heat be without Jimmy? The team that we were without Jimmy.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm not too much worried about that. That's our captain. That's our leader.
Did you see what he pulled last night?
Oh yeah, the acting role, and he looked up, and this, that, and the other. And the crazy thing
that thing was hilarious. That reminded me of soccer all day. And he watches soccer. I seen him wear my team PSG soccer jerseys. I was like, he pulled up a straight up soccer move.
Oh yeah,
like, he got hit. He was rolling on the ground, and then he like looked up. Like
first he was like, first he was like, it's my eye. Then he said it's the back of my neck. Then he went to his head. And then he peeped like, let me get up and clear. Nobody coming to help me.
Right, exactly. He did get fouled hard.
Yeah, he did.
But it was just hilarious, man. And just another reason to like Jimmy Butler, to root for him and the Miami Heat. Still got faith in my boys, and I feel like they're gonna come through and win some games. Seems like they're on the right track now. So obviously in 2021, now it's all about these, challenges on TikTok or whatnot. I will never get TikTok a day of my life. But we'll see. We'll see if that's true in a couple years. But as of right now, not doing TikTok at all, because at some point I said I didn't want to do Instagram. End up getting that. At some point I said I wasn't going to do Snapchat. End up getting that. So we'll see. But for right now, I'm never doing TikTok. But what's popular on TikToks right now is these challenges, man. The busted challenge, the silhouette challenge, whatnot. So my question to you, Wes, is
what's that?
If Yo Dime asked you, let's just take it a step further. If you just seen her do the busted challenge or the silhouette challenge, what would be your take on that, first off, and which one do you think is worse?
Shit, my Dime would know better. You feel me? I don't even need to question it, so I doubt her ever even thinking about that. And not just that, but we had a conversation about that shit too, and she don't like the way the females move on that shit. You feel me? She was like, shit. Her exact words like, imagine me doing that shit. What would you think? You feel me? I'm like, shit, your ass wouldn't do that. She's like, exactly. But
it gives off the wrong type of
method,
you feel me? You could say.
My whole thing is another thirst trap. You feel me? Especially, I mean, personally, if you a single woman, feel free, do your thing. You feel me? Like women empowerment. I guess this is women empowerment now, you know, silhouette challenge, busted challenge, I guess. You feel me? Throat baby also. But yeah, like the way I actually look at it is like, you know, me as a guy, shit, I see you doing that. One thing I'm thinking about is smashing.
Right.
Me?
I mean,
like
yeah, because that's exactly the message you giving out.
Exactly. You
I
feel
would
me?
say sometimes, you know, I guess you could try to do it in some kind of classy or art form way where, you know, you're not necessarily looking like a hoe, which, you know, is the message that a lot of people are going to interpret it as, that you basically doing hoe stuff. But, you know, at the same time, if my dime did the busted challenge, it would depend. It depends on if it's in good taste, you know. Of course, it's my basic opinion on what's good taste or not. So I'd have to see it, you know. But like you said, I think my wife would actually ask me first if she did it anyway, and if she did do it, she would show me and make sure if it was okay. That's the type of relationship that we have. Now the silhouette challenge, absolutely not. We're not doing that at all because because I mean, like people,
Red light special.
you know, exactly. I understand you want to be sexy on your social media. That's cool. You want to, show out an outfit or be cute or whatnot. I understand that, but the silhouette challenge to me is insinuating or trying to attract sexual thoughts, you know, or trying to generate sexual thoughts. And that's the type of shit I can't really, vibe with like that. I just don't want to, you know, have a situation where somebody says something or comments something that is inappropriate, and then I gotta say something or they say something, and then it becomes a thing. So definitely no to the silhouette challenge. Other challenges, it just has to be in good taste. And just for people who don't know, you could just hashtag silhouette challenge or hashtag busted challenge, and you'll see girls in a different outfit first, and then the music changes, and then it changes into either a sexy outfit with the busted challenge or the silhouette of you naked or almost naked in the silhouette challenge.
Oh,
So
the silhouette challenge, like that. They pretty sure majority of them are naked because, of course, you know they got the background and it's kind of like the outline of their body. So if you got a nice body, the curves that you have is kind of what you really are paying attention to, and the red background is just there for show. but like me personally, like you said, man, my wife would never even try that, you know. And if she
and I heard
was
people
to,
can like hack into it too,
oh
where
yeah, I seen
they
it on
can like
World Star.
change, they can change the red and black where you can see the actual body all together. So
Exactly.
that's
I was
that's
gonna jump into that, and I seen them saying that, and I actually seen it on World Star, and I think it was like someone from Africa, you know, Africa smart people, yes. You know, he found a way to, he showed you how to kind of decipher it and kind of like show, you know, the woman's body, like, you know, like like she just was recording without no silhouette in the background. But hey, it is what it is, man. That's one of the things when you put certain things on social media, expose yourselves to certain things like that happening. Again, me and you don't need to worry about that shit because, of course, our wives know better. And not saying that we're controlling like that. It's just like out of respect. You feel me? You know, like some things are good taste and some things are not. You know,
right.
that's good taste when it's just me and her. It's bad taste when the world is in outside looking in. So,
Right.
no,
Yeah,
I don't need that.
shout out to Africa. We still in Black History Month, and I want y'all to check out my shirt. Actually, if y'all can
Come a little
see it.
closer, a little closer. I can't see it. Oh, you already noticed,
I'm
Joe.
already there you go. First black, say Republic at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You
You
already know.
already know, man. They don't like them Zoes. They don't like what we do out here, man. We basically we're the Colin Kaepernicks for the blacks when it comes to the movement. because the Zoes done taught everybody, yo, we ain't gonna be slaves. You feel what I'm saying? So kind of the reason why
we're the trendsetters in that respect, for sure.
Exactly. So it's kind of a reason why you see like our country or our parents' country like suffering the way it is, because they're doing them the same way they're doing Colin Kaepernick and any other person that ran away from the slave owner and you came back and they set an example for the rest of the slaves not to do the same thing. So shout out to Haiti, shout out to Africa. You feel me? Because the fight ain't never gonna stop. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. One more thing before we get into sports. I mean,
so it's March Madness, man. So we're gonna talk a little NCAA college basketball, and the controversy was with the female basketball player. One of the women's basketball players in the tournament came out and kind of compared the locker room, or not the locker room, but with the gym for the women's compared to the men's. For the women's, it was like just a few weights. That's all they had. And for the men, they had like an entire gym with a bevy of weights. And so she was just comparing, the gender disparity of where the money goes to or what they really care about. Now, the first thing I want to say is that in the literal sense, the majority of America does not care about women's basketball as much as they do men.
No. Re-say that, because they're going to be like, how do you know the majority of America? Da, da, da.
Based on ratings,
okay,
based on advertising dollars, there's no comparison to the men's game to the women's game, and just aesthetically, there's no comparison. When you're watching the men's game, it's a totally different game from when you're watching the women's game.
Of course.
I like women's basketball. I can watch it, but if I'm going to take a choice, there is no choice or there is no comparison. Of course, it's going to be the men's game. So I understand, I guess, why there's a difference. Now, the disparity is something that needs to be brought to light, and I'm glad she brought it to light, because come on, just because they're women doesn't mean they don't get at least something that's somewhat close to the men's, because somebody could have that little rack of weights like in their backyard or in their garage.
They're just being insensitive,
and that's what they got. I mean, these are players, they are women's basketball. They do get a lot more ratings than other sports. They get more ratings than college hockey or college volleyball or college tennis or, golf or something like that. So they're making way more money than all of those sports.
But she's not comparing them to those sports.
Women's sport either.
She's comparing it to men's basketball.
Yeah, and that's what you should compare it to, though.
See, but again, I don't watch women basketball. Why? It's boring. I'm just going to be real with you. I got a wife. I got a mom. I got a sister. I got sisters. They don't even watch women basketball. Why? They say it sucks. They say it's slow. They like the excitement. There's no excitement. It's like you going to a baseball game when you're going to a basketball game when it comes to the female basketball. Now, again, they're talented. They're able to shoot the ball. They're able to do this, that, and the other, but that's not what I want. I want to see dunks, and you may have like a few people that can dunk, and just being real, and if it's a dunk, it's a whack dunk. It's not something with that power. It's just a dunk, like it's not anything that's going to make me want to go ahead and gravitate to watch that. Right now, I would assume the reason why they did y'all like that is because y'all really don't generate no money for them, because again, clearly we just said we don't watch y'all really on TV. Yeah, you're going to have your fan base, but sometimes it's more than just your fan base. You feel me? Because your fan base is not that big. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Two, it's just like, if you're not generating that money for them on the tickets because of COVID, there's no people really filling up the arenas. You got that working against you. And then you also got the television where people like us don't really watch our games on a consistent basis. You got both those things, but you want the same thing that everybody's watching March Madness. Look, right now you got Colorado and Georgetown.
I don't think they want the same thing, but I think they want better than a rack you could put like in somebody's garage, bro. Like, they're like, come on, man, you should have like some kind of facility, or at least.
And the reason why I'm saying
quarter of it,
yes and no. And the reason why I'm saying that is because like before COVID, I seen I'm pretty sure they had a better gym, right? I don't see no women that's muscular like that. They just look like women. It don't look like you're going in the gym and you looking like LeBron James.
Nah,
no, you're like I'm just being real. Like come on. Like it's not like you got the. It's just like you got people that
that's a ridiculous.
You see, like we got the.
Bro.
You see how we got the pool right there. Statement. We got the pool. We got the beach, and we better go. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You got the gym right there, and it's like the way they probably looking at it, like. Y'all go to the gym, but y'all not really going to the gym. Like
damn,
that.
that's
you
messed
feel
up.
Me? I know
that's
it's bad
up.
saying it, but it's true because I don't really be seeing them muscular like that. They still look like women. They're like, come on. I see.
Well, obviously, genetically, their muscles don't develop as fast as men, but they still work out and need weights and do weight training. That's ridiculous, bro. Come on, man. I'm being real, man. I'm being over here. I'm being real. Like they need stuff to be training. Just because they muscles don't develop as fast as ours, don't mean like, hey, you don't even need weights. Like, come on, man. Like,
I really agree with you. I think they do need They should have something better, but I'm just like, like for me, it's not a big topic for me because again, I'm not a female. That's not something that I'm fighting for, So I'm gonna have a complete different view. Of course, I do see the disparity, But again, like, is this something that we're gonna be talking about every week on the MarcWes Sport Podcast? No, like this is just something that we're talking about today. It
is something that needs to be addressed. I mean, a lot of women feel like they are. I mean, to be honest, women do get the raw deal when it comes to everything.
Hell no! When they go to the club, they go in for free. We gotta pay.
Yeah.
What you
Okay. Okay. The club. That's.
When it comes,
what else you got?
When it comes to we got a divorce, who get the kid first? The female. It's not even a question.
All right, that's positive. All right, I give you that.
They got a lot.
All right, what else? What else you got?
Nah, come on, huh?
What else you got?
When it comes up to like the household, you feel me? Like, let's just say you came in my crib and my crib is dirty. You know who they're going to blame? They're going to blame my wife. They're not going to blame me, even though I should be going ahead and taking.
That's a bad thing, right?
Yeah, it is a bad thing. Nah, but I'm just being real. With the kid situation, that's already a same thing when it comes to, like, if somebody, like, if the female said that you raped her. You feel me? Again, statutory rape. Like if the high school teacher smashed the guy. You feel me? The your son. Man, you gonna give your son dap? You feel me? This, that, and the other. It was your daughter. Rape. Oh my God, send him to jail. It's not fair.
At the same time, a lot of girls are getting raped under the rug, and no one really says anything about it.
Definitely.
Too.
And that's something that definitely need to be addressed also.
Yeah. Probably for generations, because women just started coming out about stuff like that, because back in like 50s and 60s and 70s, they just took it on the chin and just kept it moving, you know.
That's being real, but my whole thing is I think they kind of water it down now because of the whole women want to be treated like men, to be honest with you. Like the whole role done really kind of changed in society. So it's like women want what men have, which is reasonable. I agree with that. It's justifiable. But again, they want to have the same privileges that they had previously to being treated 50-50. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, with certain things they should be. I think.
Like what?
like leadership roles for businesses, a lot of the times they'd be like, nah, it's not, they don't want a woman leading their business, or they don't want a woman being a manager. They feel like women don't have those leadership capabilities, which you know, is they don't get jobs, as many jobs as men do, as far as leadership, executive type roles.
That's kind of changing right now. You feel me?
It's slow, man, but it's still pretty much kind of the same.
Like, but you gotta understand, like, thinking
as
about,
far as like 20 years ago.
Think about what we're going out as, you know, African Americans. Like, at the end of the day, you feel me? Like, we've been fighting for certain things since slavery days, and we're starting to finally see some change. So change is not gonna happen overnight. You feel me? Same thing when it comes to these women basketball players. Same thing when it comes to the topic like that we're just talking about now.
Like with the basketball, like it's pretty ridiculous. You know, like it's 2021. Like you can't have like more than a rack of weights. And like women are more stronger in their legs, so you don't have one leg press thing.
See, of course, but ultimately that comes down to, you know, like, everything just being what it is, because, you know, we know the reality of the NFL also. You know, we fight for more black coaches to be like head coaches, and not, you know, we know that reality. We know what's working against us, and even though we speak on that on this platform and other people speak on that on their other platform, that doesn't mean it's going to change overnight. You just got to keep speaking on that topic to make that actual change. So again, I'm happy that we was able to talk about that situation, even though I don't fully 100% agree with everything. I do really feel like women should get.
Let me ask you this question: do you think women should coach men sports? So the duck of the week is obviously, I mean, if you haven't heard this news, one of the headlines we was talking about was Michael Rappaport and KD, Kevin Durant, who I think is one of the best shooters of all time, got into like this Twitter beef.
Not even a Twitter, a DM beef.
It started with a tweet from, I believe, from Michael Rappaport, who really said that, you know, he had questions about Kevin Durant with an interview with Charles Barkley. You know, he thought, you know, he should have did the interview or whatnot. Kevin Durant said he did the interview, but Kevin Durant DM'd Michael Rappaport, and Michael Rappaport is, you know, actor, comedian, social media guy, white guy, you know, from New York type of guy, very popular for his outlandish,
what movie
you know,
he played
standings.
In? You remember what movie he played in?
I think it was in The Usual Suspects.
High Learning. I know him from High Learning, and I'm always gonna look at him from that guy from High Learning. So I could care less. What's his name again? But
when he was like Malik.
Come on,
when
man.
he was calling Malik Malik.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So that Michael Rappaport was in a beef with Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant like lashed out on him, went deep into him, said he was a cum guzzling, you know, cocksucker,
pussy.
You know, called him a pussy, threatened him, basically said he would come to his house.
He
said he would meet him. He was like, better yet, what's your address?
Whenever you want to meet him, spit on you. Yeah, I'll spit on you too.
You know, which is some vile stuff, obviously. You know, but I know everybody who is like me, grew up where I grew up. You know, there is a point where you have to spit that vile stuff to somebody to let them know where you from and what will happen if you keep on trying me like this. Straight up. So Kevin Durant lashed out in a DM, which DM obviously is private message, direct message, you know, and especially if this is somebody that you've fucked with before, it's kept, you know, low key, or, you know, it's between, you know, us, whatever. You don't put that in the limelight. So what Michael Rappaport did, he screenshotted everything and posted it on social media. So obviously everybody's seen these tweets come out this week. I know I was shocked when I seen it. When I first seen it, I was just like, wow, like, damn. Yo, Kevin Durant went in.
I was loving everything that
I was like,
reading.
wow. Okay, so Kevin Durant has also been known to really kind of come out on social media in the past as well. Some people say he's sensitive. I personally think he is a little bit sensitive. I
don't think he's sensitive at all.
And he kind of lashes out a little bit more than he needs
to.
Man. Because there's no reason for you to be lashing out at everybody. And he is like the main guy.
Wait. Hold on.
As far as an athlete is concerned, who's always responding to Twitter responses, even from random fans.
Let me hold on. Wait.
Yeah,
let me
even to random fans.
I hear what you're saying, but they be talking.
They're a random fan. This is somebody who lives possibly maybe in a trailer park.
Who cares?
Who says, hey, let me see if I can rile up Kevin Durant.
And
you let this person get under your skin.
Look,
so for that fact, I think you a little bit sensitive, Kevin Durant.
He ain't sensitive.
But at the same time, I appreciate, you coming at him the way you do, as far as fit, because that's how I would come out someone who I felt was disrespecting me.
All y'all some weirdos, man. You know how y'all some weirdos? Y'all the motherfuckers that want people. Y'all want to talk shit on social media to these celebrities, right? And you want them to respond to you, right? And the day they respond to you, now you sensitive about it. Now you, because he called you a cum guzzler and this, that, and the other, now you sensitive about it. Now that he said when he see you, you feel me? You see how it's just like you, right? If somebody talking shit, right? Like they just talking shit, whatever. That same person when you went to Popeyes to get the chicken sandwich, or you was pumping gas, or that same person that was running their mouth, you not gonna want that person to give that same energy that they was giving on social media?
Yeah.
And if that person go ahead and continue like that in front of your face, how you gonna go ahead and react? You're not gonna spit on them. You're not gonna punch them. You're not gonna do this, that, and the other.
Yeah, there will be some consequences.
Exactly. So all these people like Rappaport, like I understand y'all, you feel me? Like, don't be the motherfucker that talks shit. And then when the person that you talking shit about do shit to you, you're like, oh my God, call 911. Oh my God, I feel threatened. Oh my God. You could go ahead and say what you need to say without being disrespectful to whoever, period. Again, like somebody told me, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You want to be disrespectful and I'm disrespectful back, and when I tell you, when I see you, I'm going to whoop your ass, I'm going to spit on you, I'm going to do this, that, and the other. Don't be calling police. Don't be going ahead and putting it on social media and this, that, and the other like they're going to save you. But you still want to be able to talk shit. So what's going to happen now when you want to go ahead, other actors, not athletes, you just want to be able to talk shit and nothing happen to you. That's just like going back to Kakashi. You want to snitch and you feel like nothing's going to happen to you. Certain things happen and then there's consequences.
Yep.
You talk shit, there's consequences.
Yep.
You steal from people, there's consequences. You punch somebody's mom, there's consequences.
Big consequences if you
it's just consequences to certain things. And don't be mad when the consequences arrive at your front door. Don't be crying wolf. Don't be calling police. Put your big boy pants on like me and Marcus say on the MarcWes Sport Podcast, and man it up. Straight up. Even women it up. However, don't talk trash on social media, because like I seen something on World Star maybe 3 weeks ago. There was this girl out talking trash to somebody on social media, and the crazy thing is the girl is big. The girl that she was talking trash about was big. You feel me? If you talking about whoever that was typing up whatever they was typing, and the girl found her at a Chinese restaurant and whooped her ass. You feel me? To the point where, you feel me, the girl had to run in the back where they cooking the food. You know what I'm saying? But again, going back to what I'm saying, consequences to what you do, what you say. It is what it is. And don't be surprised when it shows up at your front door, just like it showed up at your front door, Michael Rappaport. And again, I'm always going to remember you from High Learning. So when you say bullshit, that's how I see you.
Yeah, he played Remy in High Learning, the racist skinhead.
You got Trae Young that is moving on to a Game 7 right now, and he's been playing out of this world these playoffs. And then you also got Luka, who is arguably one of the best young player, or the best young player in the league right now. Who would you rather take, Trae Young or Luka Doncic?
I'll take Trae Young because I think that he has a better game than Luka. I think Luka, the advantage that Luka has that other players don't have is that he was a professional basketball player in his country, Europe or where it was at. And he was around older guys. He was around that brotherhood. He knows what it really means to play that sport in a high level, even though it wasn't the NBA. So when I see him the last 2 years right now doing his thing, like, yeah, I agree you doing your thing, but you should already be better than Trae Young. You should be better than certain players that play your position, because you've been doing this for like the last 6 years, maybe 5-6 years, and I think that's something that our young players are lacking, because sometimes it's one and done in college basketball. You know, they made that stupid rule. Of course, I think they changing it back. Like, if you could come from high school, then cool. But I really think that Luka, the only reason why Luka is, some people will say that he's better is because, one, he's white. Two, I don't think that he's a better player because he's not as consistent at the free throw line. And someone that I feel like been in European basketball, your shot should, especially at the free throw line, should be a little bit more consistent than what it is now. Same thing with the 3-point line. But your overall game is great. But again, it's just like you're a better Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is someone that's certain built, someone I feel is a small forward that's playing point guard. You can easily be a shooting guard or a small forward, Luka, because you got that weight to you. I'm not sure if he had that same weight in his rookie year, because I don't remember him being that heavy. But when you have that weight on you, Kevin Durant, you need to get that. Then you're able to muscle the smaller guy. And I think that he's able to muscle the smaller point guards, even though that smaller point guard has a better shot or have better defense or whatever it is. I just think that for right now, he's a really, really good player, but I got to give him a few more years just because he had that benefit of playing professionally, something that Trae Young and these other young players didn't have.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has an advantage playing overseas in a professional league. But to me, I feel like he has the higher upside. I feel like he can develop into a better player than what Trae Young is right now.
Me too.
Because I feel like Trae Young is pretty much going to be this guy for the rest of his career. I feel he's going to be this, small guy. He is going to get into the paint. He's going to, cause disruption. He's going to shoot a three. He's going to, he's pretty much that guy. He's not going to give you much defense. He's not going to give you much rebounding. I feel like Luka can develop into a better player long term because he can post you up. He has that 3-pointers, not as good as Trae Young's, obviously, but he can develop to be a better 3-point shooter, I feel. Sometimes Luka, too, he moves too fast, like Hero does. He just moves like way too fast. He feels like it has to be hero ball for him. And I think he would benefit for some better players or some more of a
supporting cast,
more of an alpha dog type of guy. On
like
the
Jimmy
yeah,
Butler.
like if he had a Jimmy next to him, he would be a better overall player because he needs someone to really kind of put him in his place, I guess. And other news this week is that their coach, Rick Carlisle, decided to step down as coach. Now, he's been a long time Dallas Maverick coach. He's been the coach ever since the Heat went to the finals the first time. He was the coach in 06. And, he won a championship with Dirk in 2011. So he decided to step down this week, I believe, is because of Luka. There's some kind of rift going on with Luka and then Mark Cuban as well, the owner of the team. Was getting into Rick Carlisle maybe a little too much to his liking, especially since he's got this championship pedigree. He's been here for this long time, and I think Mark Cuban probably said something to Rick Carlisle that he didn't like, and it was probably more in favor of Luka. And I think Luka ultimately is the reason why Rick Carlisle is not the coach at Dallas right now. Because, like I said, Luka moves too fast sometimes. He doesn't really kind of let stuff develop. He feels like he's the best player, which he is, on that team, and he has to do everything. Which, yeah, you're the best player on the team, but you got to be more like Chris Paul, where you are the best player of the team for the Phoenix Suns, but you got to know how to make other players be better. And that's not what he's doing. He is like, okay, well, these players ain't good enough. I got to put everything on my back. And I think that's the maturity level that I think Trae Young already has now that Luka doesn't have.
So that basically goes back to what I was saying. You have this extra experience, at least like 4 or 5 years playing professionally, and you're clearly saying that you think Trae Young has a better grasp on that aspect to the game. Leaving me saying that that's the reason why I feel like that Trae Young is better. Only reason that most people say Luka is better is because you're bigger.
Gold Germany.
Because if you gave, Germany just scored, tied, Portugal and Germany tied 1-1 or 1-0, 34 and 31 seconds in the first half of the Group F UFA Euro Cup.
That was nice.
So yeah, definitely. Like, I really feel like Luka is a great player, but they give him the accolades because he's a little bigger than the average point guard. He's like, he does the same thing that all these point guards does. The only thing is he's a little bigger. Imagine Ben Simmons, this big guy, had a consistent shot like Luka, or had some type. Nobody would be talking about Luka. You know, everybody's trying to find the next great white hope, the next Larry Bird, the next, it is what it is. Same thing like what I was saying with Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn. I really think that Kendrick Nunn has a better overall game, defense, and everything. You may say Tyler Hero have a better shot and better certain things also, which is true. But I say overall game, I would say, Nunn. Now going back to Trae Young and Luka, you have Luka that has great games, and like you say, he be playing hero ball because, of course, he has not that much around him. He has Tim Hardaway Jr. He has Porzingis. Porzingis is a big guy that can shoot, but he's built like KD. He's skinny as hell, so he can't bump and have a little scuffle in the paint the way he normally would have. So going back to the question, I really do feel like I would really, because again, starting a team, I'm looking at the Miami Heat. That's my team. Yes, I would have Trae Young on the team with Jimmy Butler. I'll have Kendrick Nunn at his backup. Dragic, you're probably not on the team no more. That's just one of the things that we have to let go.
Yeah.
And I think that he would be a better fit for Miami just because Jimmy Butler's normally facilitates and we can have two people facilitating like that. Somebody has to have that consistent shot.
Right.
Jimmy don't have that consistent shot. Trae Young have that consistent shot, and Luka doesn't have that consistent shot. He scores, he does his thing, but I don't think he's as consistent as Trae Young. So
yeah, I feel you.
that's just my.
What other NBA top?
You know,
They don't cry.
They got a lot.
Speaking of big girls don't cry. All right, boom. This is perfect segue. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. All right, but she's not a big girl. Let me just talk about Naomi Osaka.
Yeah,
Naomi Osaka. So
it is a perfect segue.
So let me break this down, right? So I think y'all already know, but let me break it down. She started crying during a press conference, and from what I read, they were like the interviewer was he was hostile towards. When I heard it, he just pretty much asked her, he was like, look, I know you don't mess with the media much, right? He didn't say it like that, but he was like, I know you don't really like us too much like this nowadays, but he was like, look, there's like, you said there's another way to navigate this whole press conference thing or this whole thing that you don't like, but also the media pushes you like in a limelight where you're getting these certain deals, but because of us, also because of the stuff that we show you to the world. So how do you best feel it is to navigate like the way you feel and what we bring to your life kind of thing? And boom, right? She answered it very eloquently, but then once she got to the next answer, this other lady asked her a question. She just fucking started breaking down crying.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying that dude who asked her that question was like, it was an aggressive question.
How is it an aggressive question?
What I actually heard was that the agent came out, Naomi Osaka's agent came out and said that he was being a bully. He said he tried to bully her on the press conference table. I was just
did you hear what he asked her though?
I heard this whole thing, right? And I'm very passionate about this topic, especially me being a journalist. You know what I'm saying? It's like this topic is like, it's crazy. When I heard, I was more so pissed off at this agent's reaction, and now that you telling me other people saying that it was crazy, I actually first saw it on First Take, right? So they played the entire clip. Just exactly what Chris said, and then Stephen A. and Max have their opinion or whatever. They both are 100 the way I feel about it, and there's no way that what he said was bullying. He said exactly how Chris explained. He wanted to know how you could balance not being comfortable in this type of media setting and still get your messages across to the masses, because obviously she's doing stuff for Haiti. She's been speaking out about Black Lives Matter as well, and you need the media. I totally understand the question. It is totally a question that we as journalists ask all the time, like, because it's a careful way of asking your feelings and how you're dealing with the situation. It's really the window for the masses to the celebrity. We want to know if you're feeling some kind of way and how you're dealing with this situation. Because I'm regular Joe Schmo watching you, outstanding tennis player, dealing with a situation that you don't really know how to deal with. And let's not forget, she's really young going through this, And yeah, she's going through some emotions, and she doesn't know how to handle it all yet, and she's being very transparent about it. I actually like Naomi Osaka as a player, and the way she's kind of open about how she feels.
Her stance.
And kind of, taking a stance on things. She's not, in my opinion, she's not really doing what Simone Biles did before. I found out she had a, condition and whatnot, where she kind of bowed out of a competition. She did bow out of a competition, but not mid-game, because she felt some kind of way.
She knew she was going to
But yeah, I love the way that she responded. She got emotional, and I want to say that she came back to the press conference afterwards. So she felt some kind of way, whatever the question was. There was a question about Haiti that was posed, after the question from the dude, but I think she really got emotional about his question first.
Not the Haiti one?
Not the Haiti one. Because I felt like she was already getting emotional,
exactly.
and she didn't really hear the question. In my opinion, I feel like she didn't really hear the question until the end, and then she heard Haiti, and that she was like, I can't even get to that question, and then she got emotional or whatnot. But I think it's utterly ridiculous for people to say that he was a bully. As a journalist, those are the type of questions that we ask.
See, but my whole thing is like, I just don't like the plain fact that you got people that want to go ahead and use these certain terms, knowing that this term is used for this, but they're using it for that. They're basically abusing the term. It's just like someone that's lying that they got raped and they didn't get raped. You know what I'm saying? She didn't get bullied, but you're using bully, the term of bully, saying that she got bullied and she didn't get bullied. Every other person that actually watched the actual clip said that it's not. Well, not everybody, because we do got some sheep in this world that's gonna follow the leader and can't think that themselves. But again, for the most part, majority of the individuals that's even rational, even Stephen A., I don't really like him too much because I think he a writer. But again, he was right in this situation. You were right in this situation. You know, me not actually watching the actual clip, but hearing you saying that's exactly how Chris said, I'm like, where did the negativity come, or where did I come to you aggressive or in a bullyish way?
You saw the press conference?
No, I didn't even see the press
So
conference.
the other thing I want to say about it is that he asked the question, and she was like either confused about the question or didn't know how to answer the question, and then she asked him to ask it again.
Yeah.
And he asked the exact, which is very hard to do, by the way, to ask he basically asked the exact question in the exact same way he asked it the first time. And she thought about it, and then she came with an answer, which was actually a really good answer, which was like, I'm still trying to deal with it right now, was basically her answer. Like, I'm still figuring it out. Is basically what she said, which is the best answer for you to say in that moment. And yeah, so what I'm saying is that she was, I think, okay with the question. I don't think she thinks it was bullying, because
she's just emotional. She's just
right.
very
She's
like,
just emotional
she's
about
like,
it. She's going through something. Obviously, she's open about it.
She's very
You
sensitive,
told
she's
us
open.
about this situation that you're going through. You could have kept it inside and could have said personal reasons. I'm not doing this tournament. You could have said that, but you came forthright in saying what was really going on with you. So I think she knows that and feels like she deserved to give him an explanation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty much that whole thing that's going on right now, where it's like, oh, the media blowing up something that's really nothing. Like, just because she got a little emotional, started crying. Truthfully, I thought his question, he was actually genuinely like caring about, okay, how can we, like, we're not trying to attack you. We just want to do our jobs. But we also, we have to ask you certain questions, but we also want to make you comfortable. He actually seemed genuinely like he wanted to know, like, look, if you tell us what we can do to make you more comfortable in these situations, we'll do that, but just let us know.
Right.
And then, like, she's sensitive. She's like an introvert. She's a person who keeps a lot of things inside, and then sometimes that it boils over. So maybe she started crying, and then the media blows her. Oh, this guy was he was aggressive with his question. I thought that was a perfectly fine fucking question. But
yeah. And
you know how the media is, man. They make something out of nothing.
And it's ironic because it's about the media, and the media did the right thing right.
Exactly.
I just think the controversy around it, just like with the Simone Biles thing, I think it's more the response to everything is something that kind of turns me off. And the First Take clip also had, the orator, the person, Molly is her first name, the woman who's on the show with Stephen A. and Max.
Yeah.
She comes out and basically says in that moment that, she thinks that the journalist had an agenda.
Here we go.
Yeah, she was
Here
like,
we
yeah,
go.
the journalist, you don't think he had an agenda? And the point that she was trying to make is that she says, and I think he did say this, the journalist said that, but you need us. But like you kind of need us.
You do.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next point, Wes. I'm glad you said that because you do need us. That's what the media is all about. The media is about showing to the masses of what's going on. Something that you didn't know about, we're telling you about, you know? So you need us as a vehicle to get the message out. That's what social media is. That's what traditional media is. We get your message out. So, yeah, if you want to do things like Black Lives Matter type of change, for example, how do you think that's going to do it if nobody hears what you're saying or knows what you're pushing or knows about any type of activism that you're up to?
They're basically trying to control the narrative the whole way through. You can control the narrative with your publicist, but you can't control the narrative on what people actually think and want to ask. You know, you're trying to have the media to be your publicist also, and only ask questions that's going to have you happy-go-lucky and going to, you know, be like something positive.
Right.
You know, if it's anything controversial or anything that needs to be thought of where she got to go ahead and be like, can you repeat that? She don't want those questions. The publicist don't need those questions because if I say anything in the wrong way, you know, I can get canceled. I can lose sponsors. I can, you know, this, that, and the other. It's kind of like those individuals that, you know, they're famous and they want to know all the questions that's going to be asked before they even go on your actual platform, you know, because they want to be able to know what they're going to say. Because, again, like humans, you're going to say what you really want to say, you know, if it's just a back and forth thing, you know. But, hey, it is what it is. When it comes to her representing Haiti, you know, I'm looking at it like right now, kind of cynical at a little bit also because even though we knew she was Haitian and, you know, half Haitian, she really wasn't representing Haiti like that until Dr. Umar Johnson went on the Breakfast Club and gave her the business saying he wants her to speak more on Haiti and this, that, and the other. And unfortunately, we got an earthquake that just hit, you know, and like that's another thing. When
the elephant in the room, the shit that just came out about this dude, Brian Patta,
Yeah,
and Rashawn Jones.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
Yeah, I want y'all to break that down.
Yeah, so Brian Patta was one of the best players playing for the U back in those days. He was highly recruited. It escapes me exactly where he's recruited, but I'm guessing he's from Florida.
Yeah, he's from Florida.
And
you're Zoe, right?
Yeah, and he was murdered. I want to say in 2006.
2006.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of, you know, investigation as to who killed him. I think at the time it seemed like they had somebody pegged, and somehow the investigation just dragged on, and it was actually not even investigated upon anymore. They took like a break. It feels like those Miami popos down there took a break on it and, you know, just let this case ride out for a long time. We're now in 2021, and now a suspect who was actually on the team with him, who they, I believe, like a witness said that guy, he recognized him then, back when it happened, and he said it again this time around. So that gave him reason.
And they also pulled, I guess, cellular data, like depending on where you at.
He was
they
like
know
2 miles away.
The tower will tell you, oh, he's using this tower.
Yeah.
So he was like right around there.
Probably
he was
in the
saying
radius.
that he was not there. He was saying that he was nowhere in the vicinity.
Right, exactly.
You know, the tower.
He said he was at the crib, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it seems like it's a done deal that he is the one who did this.
Not just that, but you know, Brian Patta done whooped him a few times. They done had a few fights because of a dime,
over
because of a girl, you know. And of course, you see Brian Patta. Brian Patta's a defensive tackle. you know, you're a wide receiver, or
He's
you're
DB.
a corner, you're a DB. Like you're like one is probably like 350 pounds, and the other one is like maybe like 200. You feel me?
That.
The most, you know. Who do you really think is gonna win? And this is not regular people. These are football players that can give you that aggression, especially defense wise. You know, so you know both of them have a little aggression in them. But who you think is gonna win? I think the defensive tackle's gonna win. You know, I don't even need to be there, but you know, it is what it is.
Unless you get one, because you know this is something that like. You know, people who are smaller than bigger dudes, y'all don't know, and that's really with me. See, in order for me to fight a dude, right, that I know is bigger than me, and I know if he, you know, first of all, I know if he grab me, it's pretty much kind of over, you know. So what I'm gonna do,
I'll bite in.
I'm gonna let him try to hit me first, because if he tries to hit me and I dodge that one first, and then I'm gonna be coming with mine. And then if I get close enough, I'm going to try to choke you straight up. That's what we got to do. You know? And at the same time, choking is like MMA. You put your weight on his shoulders, and then you dog him out. That's the only way. You know?
Fuck, I'm not letting anybody try to hit me first anymore.
So that's the only way. But I agree with you 100%. Like, you know, it's crazy that it was over a girl, and there was some fights involved, so it's more evidence or probable cause for this to happen this way. But what really got me was that picture that's circling around.
Yeah, with him.
Black Lives Matter?
No, there's this picture circling around on social media where they have like basically like a blanket
and
mural.
His eyes are open, right?
Yeah, like a blanket
right
mural of Brian Patta, and
He's
all the players are praying, and you could tell like all the other players really felt hurt about it.
But he's
just like staring.
The look that he had in his face that photographer caught was like, wow, it just made it seem so eerie for me.
And not just that, but, you know, I'm hearing that he was asking players for money to leave to go out of town, you know, and you know, they had the few fights. They had like 3-4 fights, you know, and of course, like we said, you know who actually won without actually knowing who won. I heard that he actually threatened him, said that he was gonna shoot him in the face or shoot him in the head, you know, prior. And Patta didn't say anything to Larry Coker. You know, he probably thought he was bluffing.
Yeah.
You know, like we on the same team. Like, and of course, the whole time everybody was thinking like it was a setup. It's like, how you know he's at the crib?
Yeah, exactly.
Coming to the crib.
I remember when that shit happened.
This, that, and the other. I'm just like, how? You know, it had to be somebody that was jealous of you. And obviously he was. You going to the league, you was a nobody. You on a team, you on the Canes, of course, but you not no Ed Reed or no Sean Taylor or any of these players that name ring bells. You know, you probably not even gonna make it in the league. You probably make it in the league because you from the University of Miami. At that time, the University of Miami was trying to come back. You know, from having all these clouds over our actual team, you know, with the Nevin Shapiros and stuff like that. But still, you know, it always seemed like it was an inside job when I actually seen it, you know, back in the day. So it was a good thing that they wind up doing it. Of course, you know, his brother, he works for the University of Miami, Brian Patta brother. So it's a good thing that he can actually get closer. His mom can get closer, because you already know when it comes to moms, like your kid died, it seemed like it happened yesterday. You never get over that. You feel me? And to know that this guy was gonna change their whole lives. You know, mom never have to work again. Brother don't have to work again. This, that, and the other, and all that was taken away. You know, money ain't everything, but when you could change the lives of so many people
upon generations,
then it means a lot, you know, especially with the deals that they're getting nowadays in the NFL, you know, 150 million, 200 million, you know, for the quarterbacks, you know, when it comes to DBs. Like, I mean, like, shit, give me 1 million, you know, and I'm good, you know, because I came from nothing, you know. So you give me 20 million, 10 million, any one of those, like, I could probably be a one-hit wonder.
I heard that the average person spends basically $1 million in their, on average, $1 million in their entire lifetime.
Yeah.
Sure. So if you got multiple of that,
exactly, like, yo,
you know,
come on now. So, hey, it is what it is. You know, again, like what you said, you know, it took them a long time to go ahead and figure that out. Even though you had all these, you had witnesses, you had motive, you had all the things that can point you in the right direction. And of course, Miami PD, of course, sometimes when you look like me and Marcus, we're not high priority when it comes to murders. So they still got it done. It is what it is. Closure is closure, even if it was years later.
It was interesting, the photo of Rayshawn Jones when they arrested him. He had a Black Lives Matter shirt on, which is just like that was a bad look. You know what I mean?
A little irony there.
Yeah, a little ironic.
Yeah, because it's some bullshit. Because niggas motherfucking be saying Black Lives Matters, but black people be killing black people for nothing. You feel me? And it's the crazy thing. They'll kill somebody in the hood. Yeah. You feel me? But when police come towards them, they won't even bust at police. Nah. It's just like, oh, I give up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, it don't even making sense with me. You feel me? Like, if you're going to do it all the way. Do it with the regular civilians. Do it with the niggas that's in the hood, that's just like you, and do it with the police. But the police going to bust back. So your bitch ass scared.
Yeah.
Or last week. But it's a good topic because, you know, we're going to talk about Sha'Carri again. You know, because Sha'Carri wind up, you know, losing again. This is her second time losing? You know, she lost the other day. She came in fourth. I was like, I looked at it and I'm like, she's just going downhill. For somebody that was talking shit the way she was talking shit, you feel me? And you just continue to lose. You're not coming second place. You're coming in fourth or last. Like, it was not too long ago where you actually came in first. How are you just degressing or going down so fast, so quickly? You know, and not even that. She almost came in fifth place because she gave up. You seen that, right? In the end. You feel me? When she came in fourth place, she starts just slowing down, like, all right, I lost again. Like, yo, you're a quitter. You are a quitter. And, you know, the story, it was a great story that, you know, not your mom dying, but, you know, your mom dying and you winning for your mom. You know, I mean, we wish your mom was still here, but, you know, Father Time is undefeated, especially when it comes to health and this and stuff like that. But again, you keep losing and you keep having a bad attitude about it because, again, if I'm your dad, if I'm your mom and I'm in the stands, or if I'm a fan and I'm watching you and I'm seeing that you give up time after time, when your ass lost a week prior, you know, the real story, when you was running your mouth, you was like, you know, losing all. I know you lost a whole lot of sponsors, Sha'Carri. You feel me? Don't nobody want you to represent them. And not even much as that. Before the race, they played your commercial for Nike. That bad taste that you left in their mouth for Nike, I would have been like, hey, go call her agent. Do she have an agent? I don't know if she have an agent. Do she have a publicist? Do she have anyone? Because all these people should have told you.
They're doing a terrible job.
They're doing a horrible job. You feel me? She probably just got family members that's speaking on her. And I even think family members will give her better advice also, because family members seeing what people saying about it, like, we want you to win. You feel me? But it's not a white-black thing because you're going against black people too. Like, it's not just, you know, I mean, you just giving up. You giving us too much of you. You feel what I'm saying? And again, if you want to be a role model, the way people trying to put you, it's like they're, again, you know how they be trying to make people leaders and they're not leaders? They're trying to make her a role model and she's not a role model. Just because you won that race doesn't mean you're a role model. You know, just the way how you speak like you just came from the hood And I'm from the hood too, but I know when I'm on this stage, I'm gonna go ahead and try to talk as proper as I can, you know. And not just that, you remember when 21 Savage had tried to speak proper, you feel me, at one point, and it sounded weird. Chris, go find that clip.
Good evening, ladies and gents. You are with 21 Savage.
It sounded weird, you know that's not how he speak, but he was trying. And one thing that people hate is someone that's not humble. If you lost, like, come on, man, you lost and they gave you the mic first. The person that won didn't even have a mic for you.
Right.
Again, they already was setting you up for failure. They knew what it was. You feel me? Like, normally, like, when you lose, they don't holler at you first. They holler at the winner.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And even when I asked the Jamaican girl, did you see Sakari? Oh, she was like, oh, I didn't see Sakari because she was behind me, basically. Like, why would I be looking back at Sakari? Nobody cares about Sakari. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. For real, you the winner and you asking about the loser. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, Sakari, unfortunate situation, but I'm happy this happening to you right now because it needs to keep happening right now so you could be humbled. Maybe when you're humbled, maybe the wins will start coming again.
Yeah, I totally agree. When I first saw her post-game interview, I'm just like, wow, really? That's how you gonna come off? That's how you're gonna portray your personality to the masses? You already have a stain on your legacy already, okay? And then you lose in in the worst possible way. You came in last. And it's just like, I think this was Talladega Nights. Even if you're second, you're last. You remember that line? If you're second, you're last. If you're not winning, you're last. And she was really last, like literally last. Like, come on, man. Like, for you to come out that bad, I know it was embarrassing for you, bro. Girl. I know it was embarrassing for you to come out, talk a lot of smack like you do, and then come in last. I mean, come on, like for you to come out and say, come out boasting and all of that and whatever you said, it was like, oh, I'm here to stay, whatever, like whatever you said. It was just like, it just came off like you're not present in the moment. You're not being humble. People want to see humility in that moment. People want to see that. And then what I don't like, for real, with all of this is how bad it makes weed smokers look. And I'm a promoter of using marijuana to help heal yourself or whatnot. I'm a promoter of that. So there's a stigma for marijuana. Let's be honest. There's a stigma for marijuana, and you got busted for marijuana for I think legitimate reasons, because you're going through a death in the family or whatnot. You're out in the open to say that and be transparent with us as the public. But at the same time, people gonna be like, oh, okay, well, she's smoking weed, she's a drug user or whatever. People are gonna have that image on you. So for people who want to promote that, and people want to say, hey, weed smoking can help you, or it doesn't really affect you. I mean, I've heard of players, basketball, football, they said they smoked weed before they actually had games. A lot of players have come out and said that. Ricky Williams is one of them, and he had one of the best careers as a Miami Dolphin. So what it makes the world look at is that, okay, you got busted for marijuana, you're open about the reason why, which is fine, but then you come out and have this type of showing when you first come back. So people are gonna be like, okay, see, that's why you don't smoke weed. That's why what people will think. And I think that is the part that kind of irks me as well as everything else with this situation. The fact that you are just making it seem that the overall optics are that the weed smoking has affected your play now. Now you really have to humble yourself. You really got to show, you really got to get back in the lab and train And if you never, let's just say she never comes back, she never comes back to this level again, people will forever blame it on weed. You know, so you have to, for all the weed smokers in the world, you have to come back and represent and at least win one race. You have to do that, because if you don't, like, it's just a bad look, not only for you as a Black person, as a Black woman, as a person coming from the hood, as you know, as a person who is I think we confirmed is bisexual or homosexual. For all of those people, you have to represent all of those people. And if you can't humble yourself enough to realize you have to go back in the lab and really refine your craft, then you will forever be a laughing stock for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but I don't see her. She probably smoked a joint before every race or something, because like after her mom died, because after that, like, she kept losing. Like, yo, you probably smoked a joint that made you want, because you know it's a depressant. You know, she smoked a joint before trying to ease her mind, you know, all the turmoil and everything around her, you know, and hopefully she didn't, but that's what it seemed like what happened, you know, because me personally, I'm like, how do you lose so much speed in so little time? It's not like we waited months and months and months. It's like, you know, like a few weeks apart, you know, and you're not looking your normal self. So again, it may be everybody in her head, you know, that's why she's losing, you know, because sometimes confidence in everything. I don't think she's that as confident in herself that she portrayed that she is, you know, and you're not confident, you know, that, you know, is going to show in your work, is going to show in your performance. So for me, hopefully, like I said, I'm happy this happening early in her career. She could get humbled and probably work on her craft a little bit more. But, you know, like, I don't remember people gaining speed. I know people losing speed. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know how she's going to get that speed back without, you know, working out. She's probably going to have to work on her legs, you know, because those people that run fast, they're really muscular down there. You know, their thighs, their legs, everything is like kind of muscular. So hopefully she can gain that. Because when I see her, she's skinny. You feel what I'm saying? And hey, it is what it is. But, you know, good luck, Sha'Carri.
I mean, she won before, so obviously she knows how to win. So
Exactly.
I don't know. I think it's something mental that has gone on with her. Maybe this whole, you know, death of her mom is really taking a toll. A lot of people it takes a while for people to get over a traumatic situation like that. And my guess is she not putting in the work that she used to before this situation happened. And I just wish you would have came out and said something more to that than just like, you know, boasting and bragging like, oh, I'm going to, you know, I'm not here. I'm not disappearing or whatever she said. If you would have said, you know, the situation that I've gone through has really made me lose focus. My focus is not where it needs to be, but my focus will get there. If she would have said something to that nature, then I would feel confident myself, because I'm still a fan. You know, I'm still a fan of you. I still want you to succeed, you know, and I want to feel like you're going to come back and you're going to represent for America, for Black people, for Black women. I want to feel like you're going to represent those demographics, because I support those demographics. So I didn't feel confident that based on her post-game comments, that she is really going to make a comeback like I'm hoping she does.
Yeah, me too. You know, and even if she would have apologized the way you was just stating, people would have said something about it, because you're giving an excuse why, you know, you could just be like, you know, I lost, you know, unfortunately we win some, we lose some, you know, but I'll be back, you know, that they always tell you, when you fall, you get back up. If she would have said something like that, you know, that would have been good, because she's not giving, oh, it's because of what's going on in my life right now. Forget all that. You feel me? Just say that, you know, you fail, you're going to come back up. People win some and you lose some. You heard what Pop said. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, fight. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying? But you do something. You feel me? But you live.
Live to fight another day.
There you go. So, you know, hey, Chris, you definitely got to find that clip.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
You feel me? But again, like, you know, it's just unfortunate that she's going through it. But again, like I said, I want her to win, but I'm happy that she's going through this right now, early in her career rather than later. You know, before she got fame, how long this Nike deal, she's moving with her comments and with her losses. You know, Nike wants to deal with the top. They want to deal with the best. You feel me? And, you know, I don't know how long your contract is with them, but if you keep losing, like, why would they, you know, have a loser representing their company? It's not gonna fly. So, hey, it is what it is. Good luck in your ventures, Sha'Carri. We wish you the best, but, you know, we could wish you everything as you want. You know, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, man.
Boxing match.
What, the Deontay Wilder one?
What, Deontay Wilder? Of course, we got to talk
we
about
talk
this
about
fight,
it. I mean,
man.
it wasn't.
This was like one of the greatest fights in I think in a long time.
It was, but it wasn't.
You know, like, come on though, like,
Especially heavyweight. For
As
heavyweights.
heavyweights-
When's the last time you saw a good heavyweight fight?
that you
It
had
was,
how many
but it
knockouts?
wasn't.
How many knockdowns was it? 5?
Yeah.
When's the last fight period you seen with 5 knockdowns?
See,
bro?
but my whole thing is the only thing I really want to say about this fight is that Deontay Wilder has fight and heart, because he was supposed to have been knocked out or lost the fight probably 3 rounds before. He was so tired.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you seen, I told my wife, I'm like, look at both of their legs. Look at his leg and look at his legs. And, you know, Wilder was like wobbly and this, that, and the other, you know. I think that Tyson Fury losing all that weight, you feel me, helped him, because
Fury gained weight.
he gained weight.
Yeah, he was at 277.
He was 277. How much was he before?
It was like 260 something.
Well, he gained muscle. He didn't gain fat. You feel me?
I can't tell. Look like the
nah,
same flabby.
his stomach was still flabby. But the reason why I say that, because I heard he was like 300 and some change at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he slimmed down.
I'm sure he walks around.
You feel
at
me?
Like 300.
So for me and Wilder, you know, I mean,
Wilder gained weight too.
he gained weight.
He gained a lot of muscle.
Yeah, he gained like 20 pounds. You know,
I would say he gained more muscle than
but
Fury.
But his problem is he's not a great boxer.
I
Like,
agree.
Technically, you feel me? Like,
I agree. He's technically
you know,
a boxer.
he's a
because
boxer, but
that's what
he
he does,
does.
But he doesn't box.
Yeah, he doesn't
He's
box.
a knockout.
He's like
artist.
he's like
quitter. He's got the one hitter quitter.
Yeah,
He's trying to hit you with that
Haymaker.
that haymaker. That's the word I'm looking for.
And he normally has it, but he normally doesn't. So, you know, that's why he
Against
lost
Fury.
the fight. Yeah, and he lost the fight because, like, he has more technique than you.
Yeah,
that's
Fury,
it's not that he's
Fury
a better boxer.
moves around.
Yeah.
He moves his head. That's
his-
basically kind of, I think, the biggest difference. Like, he moves around. Like, he doesn't let you, like, wind up for this big knockout, because he sees it coming and he moves out the way. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time as he's hitting you with punches
cheated,
that's
though.
gonna make you win
He cheated
on points.
Y'all didn't see
And
when
this
he was
one?
on his knee.
And this one,
And yeah, he cheated. He was on his knee. He hit him again. Or was that another boxing fight that I seen?
when Deontay Wilder was on his knee,
Yeah.
it was possibly that he might have.
Yeah,
hit
he
him.
punched him and he, you know, like.
I mean, it's kind of a bang play to me because that just kind of happens in boxing at times.
He was on his knees though.
But at the same time, that's not what lost him.
That's
this
not what
fight.
You
know what I'm saying?
That's not what lost the fight.
He
That's
was
what I'm
clearly
saying.
being outboxed, outmanned, outclassed,
outmanned.
and he was outclassed at the end. And I want to talk about that too. Like, and I want to really get your perspective if you were Deontay Wilder in this situation. You fought this guy 3 times. One time, they ruled it a draw. A lot of people think you pretty much lost.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, you lost. Bad. Worse than this one. And then this one, the trifecta, you clearly lost this fight. But you hung in there and you were gritty, just like Wes said. But if you get whooped up by a guy 3 times, and the dude comes to you and tries to be the sportsman in the situation and was like, hey, good fight or whatnot, would you be like, okay, great fight, or I don't respect you? Because that's kind of how Deontay Wilder.
That's what he did. But.
That's what Deontay Wilder did at the end of this fight, and I kind of had the issue.
So you're asking, is he a sore loser?
Yeah, is he a sore loser? And would you be a sore loser if you were Deontay Wilder in that situation?
It depends. It depends because for me, I really think that they really don't like each other. Like, if I really don't like you, like I don't want to shake your hand. I don't care what you say. Now, if we just boxing because we're boxing and this is what we got to do as a job, to feed our family, and I lost, then, it's all good, It's just like people that, in football game, you lost, but, you hug up, boom, boom, all right,
Yeah.
Boom, boom. But if I don't like you, like I really don't like you, I'm not going to shake your hand.
I feel you. I understand what you're saying, but like, I think in boxing and in fighting, there's a lot of times where the fighters don't like each other, and they still, after the fight, they're still like, good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that happens a lot, Chris. You can say you can vouch for me more than me.
Yeah. Why do we have
after
to
a
shake
fight,
hands?
there's plenty of fighters who don't like each other.
Why do we have to shake hands?
I think after the end of the day, they realized that they both brought the best out of each other, and they took them like. If you have a war like that with somebody like Deontay Wilder's just been knocking motherfuckers out, but if the same way Tyson Fury's probably like, yo, I've never had nobody take me to this extent, like that kind of brings out the better in you. Like even in like war documentaries, once in a while you'll see fucking a Japanese soldier who went through fucking like some Pearl Harbor shit or the fucking bombing in Hiroshima, or like American soldier, like once they're like probably like 80, 90 years old, close to death, they'll actually like sit down and they'll respect each other because they know they both went through the same thing for their own country type of shit.
Right.
So
See, but
it's
that's
something like that.
different.
It's
See,
like
but
a mutual respect.
That's different though.
No, that's actually worse because you actually killed people.
Yeah.
So to sit down with somebody who probably killed your soldier friend or like that was part of that other side, like that's actually even worse than just throwing hands.
Nah, but that's different though because like when you at war, you're going to war for a country. You feel me? Like it's different from like if it's like some gang shit. You feel me? Like it's kind of different for me. You feel me? Like the president say you got to go to war. I'm in the military. He's my general.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say no. It's different. You feel me? Like
that's not the same thing with gang shit though.
Nah, it's different with gang shit because a lot of gangs like it's different from different.
The only reason why sometimes they fight in somebody that they might be cool with
what I'm
is because
saying.
they wearing a different color.
Nah, I hear you, but it's not like somebody is telling them to do that. They're choosing to do that.
That's
You
the
feel
same
what
thing with war, though. You're ultimately choosing to. Well, sometimes you're drafted. I understand
Nah,
that.
because again, like I said, you feel me? I know a lot of different.
But most
cliques.
people choose to go into the army.
I know a lot of different cliques, and you feel me? Like I'm not part of that war. You feel me? I can still chill with you and still chill with you and still chill with you. The same thing, vice versa. You feel me? Nobody's saying like,
You see the same thing. You see the same thing with gang members. Like a certain gang really went to war with another gang. Once they get older, you might see like a little documentary on like, oh, we're trying to, and they actually sit down and they might talk and they might respect each other and be like, yo, like, yeah, we went through some shit.
See, but when you're younger, you kind of don't think as rational as.
So do you think he was a sore loser?
Deontay Wilder is not young, bro. He's not
brain,
young.
Your brain fully developed at 25, so he's older for over 25. So.
That's what I'm saying. He's not young. He's not like Shakur Stevenson, for example.
Do you think he was a sore loser?
With him, I think he really doesn't like him. I seen the interviews.
So
and
you
stuff
don't
like
think
that
he was a sore loser
with that particular guy?
All right. Do you think he was a sore loser?
I think he was a sore loser in that moment. Like, come on, you went through not many. I've been watching boxing since Tyson days, pretty much, and even before that actually, with Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns and Hagler. Like when you go through a trilogy like that, where people remember, because people will remember this trilogy forever. You know what I'm saying? Like this is one of those trilogies, and you lost basically the 3 fights in this trilogy. Yet this trilogy will kind of immortalize you in boxing lore. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not thinking that far ahead. But this is a trilogy that is going to immortalize Deontay Wilder. Yes, Deontay Wilder was a great fighter before this trilogy. You know, and if he retired before this trilogy,
he gotta beat him.
He would probably be considered one of the best fighters of all time.
He gotta beat him.
You know,
but Fury killed Whoop Klitschko and somebody else. You know,
respect to a guy who says, "Hey, I beat you." He could have been like, "Yo, we had a draw. I feel like I won. We fought again. I clearly won. I don't need to fight you again." Fury could have easily said, "I don't need to fight you again."
Nah, but that's what he tried to do.
And then he fights him again.
But that's what he tried to do.
And he could have been like, "See, yeah." He could have been petty and like, "Yeah, see, I beat you 3 times." But no, he comes over there and says, "Yo, it was a war," because it was a war. It was one of the, especially that last fight.
I hear you.
And then Wilder gonna be like, "Oh,
Marcus, you saying this that when someone calm, like again, you mad, you just fought, like you're like I ain't trying to hear from you, Marcus. Like, come on, man. Like let me holler at you later. You feel me? After I'm cooled off, and you just whoop me in front of my wife and the fans crying.
I mean,
I ain't trying to give you no damn dap. I'm not. No.
I hear you.
Let's talk about this later.
I hear you, because if we play Madden and say we put 5 Bs on it and you won,
you're not gonna be wanting to hear from me.
I'm not gonna want to hear from you.
Unless I gave you some bread back.
Not in that moment. But at the same time, I'm still gonna dap you up, though.
Oh no, that's different though.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
that's the difference. I'm still gonna dap you up.
No,
and be
it's
like,
different because
it is. But I'm gonna feel salty for the next 2 weeks.
Homeboys before we even got into it. It's different. Whereas I don't like you. Yeah, that's the only difference. He don't like him.
Did y'all read Deontay Wilder's IG thing? Like,
no.
I think he finally posted something.
Oh, okay.
So he put.
I didn't know that.
To put, wow, what a hell of a night. I would like to first and foremost thank God for allowing me to give the world another part of me that's driven with passion and determination. I would like to thank my team and my fans for sticking by my side through this long process. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't disappointed in the outcome, but after reflecting on my journey, I now see that what God wanted me to experience is far greater than what I expected to happen. We didn't get the win, but a wise man once said the victories are within the lessons. I've learned that sometimes you have to lose to win. Although I wanted the win, I enjoyed seeing the fans win even more. Hopefully, I proved that I am a true warrior and the true king in the sport. Hopefully, we prove that no matter how hard you get hit with trials and tribulations, you can always pick yourself up to live and fight again for what you believe in. Last but not least, I would like to congratulate Gypsy King for his victory and thank you for the great historical memories that will last forever.
Proving my point. I
had no idea he said that.
Proving my point at that time.
So now I don't think he's a sore loser.
You feel what I'm saying? like
you know, I thought I didn't. Obviously, I didn't know that. I thought he was still holding that hate in his heart about the whole situation about him. But that clearly means that, after the situation, he thought about it and he congratulated him. And like what I was saying before I heard that, this raised his level of legacy as a boxer.
Yeah, he just had to take his time.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you read that. Now I know that about Wilder. He's not a sore loser. He was just hot in the moment.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's all good.
It's all good, man. Yeah. You feel me? Like, man, like, yo. So shout out to Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
And again,
to this day.
The reason why
he still has one of the best quotes to this day.
We've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day.
Oh yeah. You know what it is. You know what I'm talking about.
you know what I'm talking about. I know every black person hearing that knows what he's talking about. So I love you for that, Deontay Wilder. So hopefully, I don't know who you're going to fight next because there's pretty much kind of nobody else to fight. And I doubt you fight the actual.
Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
You fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua just lost.
That's right. He just lost too.
You could fight Andy Ruiz.
Hey, man.
Ruiz lost too?
Ruiz fought Chris Arreola, and I think he lost that one by decision, but he still. Oh, okay. I think he still. I think he has more options than Fury because Fury is like everybody already is like, oh, he's.
No, you can fight the other guy. You
got to fight Usyk, but he's like, he's small. He's like a very undersized
the next fight though.
But it's all building yourself back up.
Yeah.
But again, when I'm mad and I don't like you, then of course I'm gonna be like, come on, man. So he's not a sore loser. He's just somebody. He's a true warrior.
Oh, yeah, but a lot of people compare this because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, he's a sore loser" before he came out with this. But a lot of people were saying, "Oh, what about Tom Brady not shaking Nick Foles' hands? Is he a sore loser?" Nobody said nothing about that shit.
Yeah,
which is true.
Yeah, I think he did that to Richard Sherman too.
Yeah,
you mad, bro? That's how that came out.
Oh yeah.
No.
So Tom Brady's a sore loser, right?
That was the wide receiver. For San Francisco 49ers.
Crabtree?
Yeah, Crabtree. It was Crabtree.
Well, hold on, but with Nick Foles, Tom Brady's a sore loser, right?
Yeah. In that moment, yeah. If he never really gave props like Deontay Wilder just did, then yeah, he's a sore loser too.
Hey, I can knock somebody in the moment, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, right? So Clarissa Shields fought her second MMA fight on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I can't believe I missed that.
Now, she did lose. Now, she lost by a split decision. So it wasn't like she got her ass whooped, right? One judge gave it to her, another judge gave it to the other girl, and then the last judge gave it to the other girl. So it's not like she got her ass whooped. It was a close fight. Now, Jake Paul is talking shit to her. Because when she was on the interview before this fight, they were asking her like, oh, Jake Paul's a big thing in boxing. So they're asking her about him. They're like, oh, would you fight on a Jake Paul undercard? And she was like, fuck no.
Really?
She was like, give me my respect. I would never fight on that dude's undercard. I'm a real boxer. I could beat him myself with one arm.
Wow.
That's what she said. So then she lost her match. I see Wes picking up his microphone.
What the fuck?
Then she lost her MMA match. And Jake Paul put up an IG post that was just going in on her. Yeah. Let me see if I find it so I can read it to you. But he was pretty much calling her a loser. You know
she
what
is.
I mean?
You know who Clarissa Shields is?
Don't need to.
She's a boxer. She's a dominant
the most
boxer.
dominant female boxer ever after, I would say, Layla Ali.
Yeah, she was just dominant in boxing. And then she had her first MMA fight, like, I want to say maybe about a month or so ago, and she won. And this was her second one that she lost.
So let me tell you just.
Win some and you lose some.
But look, Wes, she had the fucking, as a woman, she had the balls to be the most dominant female boxer and jump into a whole new sport and say, you know what, let me try this out. So you got to give her props for that shit.
Yeah, I give you props for that, but you're not gonna beat no dude.
Oh yeah. What you're saying?
What the hell are you saying?
Let me read what Jake Paul said, because after she threw that shade that she would never be on his undercard, after she lost, this is what Jake Paul posted on his shit. Clarissa Shields is nothing. Oh no, this was Joe Rogan. No, this was Dana White. Fucking.
Giving her the business too, like Jake Paul.
No. Dana White was going in on Jake Paul. Let me see. Where can I find this shit? Damn.
It is what it is, man. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, I look at you talking shit, but yeah, you're a woman boxer, but Layla Ali, even though I, loved what she stood for and everything, her dad and everything,
yeah,
she can't beat no dude. She like you probably like how?
I mean, I think it's more. I think she does believe it. I would say it's more.
Like, you believe shit, that don't mean it's the truth.
But all right, this is what Jake Paul said after Clarissa Shields lost. She said, "The truth hurts, but it's necessary. Clarissa Shields is a loser in MMA, and even more so with her prima donna attitude. The fake always gets exposed.
There you go.
Losses come when anger and hate take over. Just ask Rousey and McGregor. She spent more time berating Jake Paul than learning jiu-jitsu. She's never been a big draw, and unfortunately for her, she will never be Amanda Serrano. The GWO, though, has 30 KOs in 42 fights, 2-0 in MMA, both wins by submission."
And hit him with the stats.
Yo. So what is that telling you?
So Amanda Serrano is like this girl that's actually fighting on his undercard. She's a Cuban boxer. Or she might be Puerto Rican. I don't remember. Either Cuban or Puerto Rican. But yeah. So what do you think about that, Marcus?
Man, it's a lot to really kind of take in. Like, but Clarissa Shields, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, what you got against Jake Paul? Like, it sounds like you just don't. Why you don't like him, or why are you hating on his hustle? You know, and who are you? I mean, who are you to the general public compared to Jake Paul?
No one.
Like, I could ask any teenager right now, and they're gonna know who Jake Paul is. They're not gonna know who Clarissa Shields is.
You asked
Only
me, and
people
I was like, I don't know.
Me and Chris really know who follow boxing know who Clarissa Shields is. So
You sound like a porn star. Am I lying?
I'll let you say it. But yeah, so like what I'm trying to figure out is like why would you have such that animosity towards Jake Paul? And what his clapback was perfect. It's like the perfect clap back to that situation. God don't like ugly. You were, saying that you're gonna beat a man boxer with one arm. Really? Like, what's the point in that? Like, you're trying to bring attention to yourself, or like what is it for you that makes you say that I need to come at Jake Paul any kind of way or respond in that type of manner? That's really kind of my first question. And Clarissa Shields is somebody who I think it's impressive that she won that first fight, and that person from what or that fighter that she fought wasn't like any slouch either, but it was a good first fight for her. This fight here was close, so yeah, you lost though, and it could have gone either way, but still, you got some work to do. You got a ways to go to really be at the level as an MMA fighter that you were as a boxer. So, yeah, I love the clap back by Jake Paul.
She's trash. Let me expound on this because Dana White has got into this now. And I don't know if you guys know, but Dana White is not the biggest Jake Paul fan, right? Dana White, like a lot of people think, right, he's an embarrassment to boxing, blah, 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 all this shit, right? So he was being interviewed by somebody. They were talking about the UFC fights that are happening tonight, and they happen.
That's a flag. Yep.
Against who?
Against Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. All right, so the interviewer told Dana White, "Oh, have you seen what's going on between Jake Paul and Clarissa Shields?" And Dana White's like, "No, what happened?" So the guy told him that same quote that Jake Paul put. He told Dana White, "Oh yeah, you pretty much called her a loser, this and this and that." So this is what Dana White had to say about that whole situation, right? He says, "Clarissa Shields is nothing but a winner who actually fought real people in her weight class, in her own age group, in her own sport, and then goes over to MMA and tries to win a world title. When are you going to start fighting somebody your own fucking age, your own weight, that actually fights in your own fucking sport that you're claiming you're in? Shut the fuck up, you goofball." That's what Dana White said.
Man, shut the hell up, Dana White. You just mad that Jake Paul is showing they other athletes how to make money without y'all motherfuckers in their pocket. That's the only reason why you got to chime in. Everybody else that's young, like I said, they don't know all these MMA players. They don't know all these boxers, but they know Jake Paul.
Right.
They know Jake Paul because he's doing it the right way. I'm tired of y'all having y'all hand in my pocket like Malcolm X. Get your hand out my pocket. You feel me? I want to make this bread and get all the money. They're learning from the right person. The money team. It's not Jake Paul. It's the money team. The money team showed Jake Paul, and Jake Paul is showing these other motherfuckers how to make that real bread without them in their pocket. So, again, all y'all naysayers that's running y'all twat, run y'all twat. It's funny because even Mike Tyson, one of the greatest boxers of all time, is scheduled to fight him in February. Obviously, all these guys know that it's a payday.
Yeah, his brother.
So
nice catch.
It is what it is. Yeah. So I don't want to hear these guys. Nice catch for motherfucking Dade County, number 5,
Keyshawn
University
Smith.
of Miami. Keyshawn Smith, like Keyshawn Johnson, is doing his thing in this motherfucking Dade County.
He's from LA too.
All right, I just came across some news right here that Liz Cambage. You know who Liz Cambage is?
No.
WNBA player. She's 6'8".
Oh yeah. Isn't that the same girl that was beefing with the ref?
I think so. That he was like, "Oh, she's like 300 pounds." You
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
Right? She
It's
got
the same
offended.
one. Yeah.
All right, so she's 6'8". She's starting an OnlyFans.
No way.
Yeah. There's a little picture that I'm showing the guys here.
No way.
Yeah.
That's how you feeling?
I think there's another one over
Got a
here.
giraffe pussy.
She's tall, bro. I don't know, man. She's too tall for me, man. I don't know if I like that, yo, but
I know plenty of dudes that love them Amazon women.
She's 6'8".
she's 6'8".
Jesus Christ.
But
Well.
yeah, it's the OnlyFans, man. So what do you think? You think she's doing this just because like expressing herself, or you think the WNBA ain't paying like that?
I feel
She's still in
morally,
the WNBA?
Yeah,
She's
she's
still
still
there?
WNBA. Yeah, she's still in WNBA. She
WNBA ain't paying.
Yeah, I mean, I give her props. I guess as a hustler, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to hustle, do your thing, whatever. But morally, shame on you.
But what are you doing? No, wait. What? Because you got different OnlyFans. Like you got OnlyFans.
But OnlyFans is associated with basically, you know,
Nudity.
selling that, you know, selling your body, selling that twat. You know what I'm saying?
Like you playing with yourself or some shit.
I mean, it could be, yeah. When somebody, if you just say OnlyFans, it could be that level. So we don't know because we ain't buying it to see what it is.
Somebody
anyway.
gonna buy it. Some of that thing gonna leak.
But the stigma is gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? The stigma is forever gonna be that.
It's like marrying a stripper.
Right, exactly. A stripper could be a great person, you know what I'm saying? She could be an honorable woman, but the fact that she's doing that type of profession, she's
Don't bring
always
it home to
going
the old
to have
girl. What do you do
a
for a
stigma.
living? Nothing.
Yeah, right.
Nah, I feel you. Like Marcus said, you know, there's always gonna be some type of stigma like behind that. I respect her hustle. You feel me? You don't normally see many women 6'8" that have a OnlyFans, or I don't know, because I haven't been on the OnlyFans. But for you to be in the WNBA, and the question that you was asking, like, why would she do that if she's in the NBA? Kind of, I mean, for real, like if you already getting paid millions and millions of dollars, which we do know that they're not getting paid in the WNBA, then most likely you're gonna do something else to get some money. And what's the easiest form to make money as a woman? Use your body. Now again, you may not wind up being a prostitute, but again, it's the same thing. It's like it's pornography. So
Soft porn.
It's soft
Could be
porn.
soft porn.
It can be depending on what you actually selling. I don't think she gonna actually do the exclusive because she's with the WNBA.
Right.
But hey, it is what it is. I wonder what the WNBA gonna say about it. Can they say something about it?
They can. Why not? It's just a way of making money. You could promote yourself selling sneakers. Why not your body?
Yeah, but they be actually. I seen a teacher or middle school or elementary teacher get fired because she
That's because
bad.
you're teaching kids.
No, she not wearing crazy stuff. She wearing something that my wife, your wife, any normal girl will wear. It's just her body so bout. You like you have no choice but to look. It's not like she's wearing anything provocative. She's not.
What you said they did to her?
Fired
Fired her for what?
OnlyFans. She got OnlyFans.
Oh, because she had OnlyFans.
No, she got fired just for what she was wearing. Another person got fired.
So for what she was wearing at an event or
at the school. You're a bad teacher, right? And you're wearing a regular dress, but people that is kind of weird though. People are offended by how your body look. You should wear more loose shit around the kids so they can't.
She's thinking she's wearing like tight stuff. It's
exactly.
Not. She ain't showing nothing, but it's tight.
She ain't showing nothing, but it's tight. But
she got a body, so
exactly.
the ass is poking
exactly.
out.
But any other teacher will wear that, but her body not like that. It wouldn't be provocative. She got fired, and that's way less than that. And then another teacher that had an OnlyFans, she got fired as well. You know what I'm saying? Now again, you don't know what she was selling in the OnlyFans. But regardless of the fact, like you're saying,
it's
when I get off of work, it has nothing to do with you. But again, you're part of my brand.
Yeah.
The WNBA probably not trying to, promote something like that, even though, like what you say, Like, get it how you live. Make your money. You feel me? I'm saying, like, you ain't doing nothing illegal.
Right. Exactly.
But again, you're part of my brand.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see.
I don't see
anything
nothing
wrong with it. You
I
know,
don't.
make your money. You know what I'm saying? Like what I said. It's not like you're making millions of dollars in the NBA instead
even
of the
if you was.
WNBA.
Even if you was,
I mean, yeah. Even if you was, get it how you live.
you probably wouldn't have done it because your integrity. You want people to see you in a different light.
Right. Yeah. It's where your morals come in. If
Yeah.
you're religious, religious people gonna judge you.
But the religious
doing
ones
that.
be the ones that's the worst too. They be all in the church vibing. Oh, praise God, this, that, and the other. As soon as they walk out, they the biggest shows in the world. I'm telling you, the ones that be kind of tight. You feel me? Like, hey, it is what it is, man.
But yeah.
I mean, her body looks good.
Yeah.
I ain't saying they don't look good.
She's an athlete and
she's
she's
super
6'8". She's not
Yeah.
terrible looking at all.
Yeah.
Nah, but again, I'm saying the brand. Do the brand want to attach their name
WNBA.
to that? It's the WNBA. Same like you got people. Like I said, I gave you 2 examples.
Hey.
The two teachers got fired. One with OnlyFans. We don't know. Probably doing the same thing that she probably doing.
That's terrible.
And-
If the girl got fired because of something she was just wearing and she was abiding by the rules
was.
of the dress code,
She
then
was,
it's messed
kid.
up. It's totally messed up, and she should be suing. I hope she gets that
hopefully
bread.
she get that bread.
But forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, as far as with this,
Yeah, I was gonna say something else, but forgot.
Y'all want to talk about that Cowboys loss?